How wise is it to ask for advice? First thoughts.
I mean, I think it's pretty wise. I've asked for advice a lot in my life.
Yeah, what do you ask for advice in?
Anything. Parenting,
Okay.
finances,
Yeah.
therapists, how to be a therapist.
Yeah.
Kissed.
Therapist.
That's when you get really pissed.
Yeah, where you get pissed. There was something I read somewhere that was like, maybe I mentioned this before. It's hard to remember what we mentioned on this podcast and whether I just repeat the same things over and over again. But
I do.
The idea of like, don't think too much about like what somebody says if you wouldn't ask advice from them. Like, don't give what they say, or like if you're thinking about somebody a lot, you could ask yourself, well, would I ask for advice from that person?
Yeah.
And if, I guess the litmus there is like, if not, then why are you giving this person so much airtime in your head?
Yeah.
Like that idea.
Right.
But that was one of the initial things that made me think of, where it's like, yeah, you don't just ask anybody for advice.
Right.
You got to be, I think it's wise to be a little bit more intentional about it, and making sure you're not just asking to hear what you want to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, like to be picky about who you ask it from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, are there certain areas where you wouldn't ask somebody for advice? Like context, topics?
Well, you know what's like a really tricky area is like health advice.
Ooh.
I mean, it's all over the internet, and like
it's all over everywhere.
And there's plenty of people.
You could ask multiple doctors for different advice,
right?
And multiple.
Right. Yeah, I was listening to a podcaster talk about having moved to LA, and he's like, I'm learning in real time, like you truly cannot ask people in LA for anything, for any advice around anything medical, because they will give you the most ludicrous advice, of like what to do, like go jump off a cliff in Ojai instead of like get that checked out at the PCP.
Right.
So it's like that I feel like I'm really skeptical of.
Sure.
But you know what I find is like, and this is maybe like a version of advice, but I find like people's own personal like relating concretely to like an issue I'm navigating and hearing what they did. It's like not quite advice, but it's like one idea to explore. That's probably my favorite kind of like guidance, when someone's like, well, when I was in a similar situation, here's what I did.
I tried to steer clear of like relationship advice from people.
It's that's
something that I tried
to tricky area,
steer a little bit clear of.
Yeah.
Meaning I didn't really intentionally ask for a lot of like relationship advice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you ever have the urge to get it and like stop yourself?
Yeah. I mean, certainly like situations would arise where I'd be like, I'm not really sure like what to do here. Definitely getting like feedback.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just felt like it wasn't helpful.
Yeah.
It never really landed with where I felt like, I don't know, almost maybe by asking, it almost confirmed, yeah, no, that's not really me or what I would want to do in this situation. So maybe it was a way of confirming maybe the things that I already knew or something. Not that the person was wrong, but I think it cemented more if I had that reaction that it's like, oh, I think I'm really actually leaning in a different direction with this or something. I don't know.
God, you bringing that up like totally reminds me of a moment where I like asked for advice on something and the person gave back such poor advice that it was like, thank God for this.
Yeah.
Because now I can hear my own wise mind.
Right.
It was like kind of funny where I was like, oh, that wise mind, good thing she's in there, because it was like dating advice. And it was like a situation where I think it was like a guy had not texted me for a couple of days. It wasn't Josh. I learned later that Josh waited between texts because he was writing really, really thoughtful messages. And I mean that. You're a very good, thoughtful texter, but you're not like an over texter.
I'm an under texter.
You're like long, thoughtful messages, but like you'll go a while. without responding to a message. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
I've
like in the zone.
I have texting OCD.
You have to craft it.
Yeah.
And I have OCD.
Totally. My mom loves your texts. She's like, Josh always has the most thoughtful texts.
I love your mom.
And my
He also
texts are like,
throws in
sure.
Great
The emoji game is
emojis,
off the chain.
which is great. It makes me want
Yeah.
to do more emojis.
Yeah, totally. Remember when he sent you a gluten-free donut?
Yeah. I mean,
I laughed out loud when I read that in my office. That's a gluten-free donut.
That was my apology.
no, it's great.
Incredible.
So creative.
But like I had said, like, you know what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna put it out there, like, let's meet up, and if they don't respond to that, then it's like I'm almost going to clear the air with this person. I had suggested that, and I was like talking with this person. I was like, what do you think? And they were like, I definitely wouldn't do that. I would just like kind of hang in there and like wait and see what they text you and just kind of go along with it. Like it was almost like let them be vague and unclear and like string you along. And I was sort of like, oh, thank God I'm in touch with myself enough to know I'm definitely not going to do that. Because if I reach out to a guy and say like, hey, you want to get together again? And they're turned off by that, then they are definitely not the person for me. You know, in an early dating situation, if someone can't handle that or can't be like communicative enough, it's like, I don't even think that's like a bad guy. I think it's sort of like, oh, we probably just like aren't gonna like each other that much, you know, because like I'm gonna want more like clarity around the plans and like, let's just not bother with this kind of thing.
Yeah. What's the difference between advice and feedback? Is advice like more direct in telling you what to do?
Yeah, I literally, I think the literal maybe difference is like feedback can just be like a mirror.
Okay.
And advice, it has to have that like, what do you
kind of telling you where to go and what to do?
Yeah. Maybe feedback like sometimes has advice, and like advice is often just like has a reflecting of who you are, what the person sees.
Yeah.
But I really like your idea of be really considerate of who you ask. Or it's like if someone gives, unsolicited advice, we could talk all about unsolicited advice.
Yeah. Some people, there are certain friends that I have that lean almost as if that's a little bit of like their agenda is almost to convince you what to do in like conversations.
100%.
And also like make the argument for why what they're doing is like the best.
Yeah, totally. Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's kind of like what they're always making the argument of like why they're right.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, and sometimes that's like subtle. It's not subtle emotionally when you're with people like that, but it's like subtle in like the wording. It's hard to like describe those moments. But yeah, it's sort of like, well, I'm doing all the right things. I don't know about you. Yeah,
it's like in the conversation is more revolving around them trying to cement that like the life they're living or the decisions they're making are like the best.
Yeah.
Have you ever had where you ask somebody for advice and they actually like are a little bit like, well, I don't want to tell you what to like. I always think that's a very thoughtful response is when people are like, I can give you some ideas, but
yeah,
because I try to embody that a little bit. If somebody, not that many people ask me for advice, but if somebody's really concretely like asking me and there's like some urgency, sure, if it's like, but I'd rather just kind of be, well, there's probably a lot of ways to think about this. I would want to take a little bit more of a, not passive, but open kind of response.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny too, because sometimes I think like friends or clients or whatever will kind of ask in this way of like, is that wrong if I do X?
And I wrong?
I think they think I'm being like cheesy or like hokey and I truly believe in my bones. I'm like, I don't think wrong is a word that even applies or right.
Right. Yeah.
It's sort of like the wisdom is like what is most aligned for you, and you're going to be the strongest expert on that. So probably the best advice puts you in touch with your wise mind. It's not like do this, write this text back. It's sort of like, well, you tell me what you want to communicate. And why not communicate it just like you said it to me? And then they might say it's very like therapist-y, but every once in a while, I put it out there. you know, like with clients, with friends,
Yeah.
whatever, I'd be like, I wouldn't do that. You know, like,
Yeah.
and I actually, even though I'm not a parent, sometimes if I hear something alarming in the parenting realm that like I feel like most people would know, like that could be damaging, I'll
You
sort of
might
like
want to think twice about
step
that.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you might just want, well, often that'll come up when someone's like, I think I'm just not going to bring it up. You know, when someone's like, I think I'm just not
I'm
going
just
to
gonna
circle
sweep
back
that
on
under
that.
the rug.
Yeah. Especially if it's like with a child.
Sure.
I'm like, yeah, so that, here's how I could
I'm
see
just
that
not going to
going.
repair with them.
Right. Or I'm going to assume it's fine.
Yeah, they're resilient. They'll probably get through it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to ignore it.
I'm just going to ignore it for now.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I probably do that a lot with like medical stuff where I'll tell someone, like, I would just maybe go have that. Someone give that a once over,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. Cause I have like friends or people where they'll be like, well, I went to my acupuncturist and my Chinese medicine herbalist and what, and I'm like, just like a regular doctor. Have you had
Maybe
them take a look at
straight
that
across the
mold?
plate.
And they're like, no. And I'm sort of like, why not? You know,
Why not?
like maybe let's just see what they
Maybe
think.
somebody went to medical school.
Yeah, totally.
Why not?
Yeah. How do you guys handle unsolicited advice? Getting it.
Take that chess piece right off the board.
I'm trying to think of the last time maybe I got unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
Every day of my life.
From me.
Those are my people.
Oh yeah, your culture.
My culture. The Jews.
Actually, you know what's so funny? Like, in some ways, that's like the refreshing thing about your family. Because I come from like an Irish Catholic background where people like don't really say stuff.
Yeah, it's less.
It's a little
overt.
hands off.
Yeah, it's hands offish.
And I think like sometimes it's refreshing, like to see just how like we'll do it this way, not this way.
Mhm.
You know, like that how liberal that can be.
Cut your sandwich diagonal, not
Sure.
halfway.
Yeah, fold the taco like this, not like that.
Yeah, it's not even like, have you thought of cutting it that way? It's more of
Oh, this is the right way to eat a
cut
taco.
it that way.
Totally.
You don't eat
Yeah.
your taco like this?
Yeah. So
That's
what
great.
do you find is the best way to handle?
When I get 3 tacos and I eat them one after the other.
However you want it.
However I want it.
Or maybe you've just flipped the
From a
switch
loss.
and it doesn't even bother you anymore because you're so used to it.
Switch.
Like you've just kind of like flipped the switch off where it's just kind of noise now and you're just kind of like,
Oh.
yeah, it's like.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I feel like I can, in the moment, be like, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt and then
Right.
be like looping it on repeat in my brain for like 5 days.
Yeah.
And then I'll be having the chess game of like, is what that person said true? Is it not true? Is it true? Is it not true? It's true. It's not true.
So, but you know what's amazing with that? We can name like what's the piece you're trying to get off the board there, you think?
Certainty.
Uncertainty, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, you're trying to remove the experience of uncertainty. Like you're probably never going to know if it was like, quote, right or wrong.
So here's my takeaway. Asking for advice or being open to advice is always wise. And if you're in your wise mind, you are going to know if you should follow it or not.
Yeah.
And I would say just like blindly following any piece of advice, I'm trying to be binary here just for the sake of argument, is
Sure.
never wise.
I agree.
Wait, say that one more time. I missed
Like
it.
never just like literally do anything anyone says because you have to filter it all through your wise mind, but always be open to anything anyone says.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
it's why not?
Why not? Have the space to take it in and hear it and
Mhm.
consider it totally.
And then giving advice. Like, I mean, we could do a whole separate section, which we started to get into. Like, how wise is it to give advice?
yeah.
Yeah. I think for the unsolicited, it's just kind of like, yeah. Like how I
Yeah.
respond to it. It's just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to think about that. Like just
Right.
kind of, and then just move on.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I wonder
Like
if
almost
I.
just not engaging with it and just kind of, because I'm sure that person
Interesting.
wants to hear maybe a little bit of like, well, tell me more. Like I want to, and it's more just like, oh yeah, sure.
You know what's so funny? Like I'm having this realization of like sometimes if I get unsolicited advice, every once in a while, I feel kind of touched that the person is like entering my world and even gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like I think that, I've said this to you before, like my love language is like people taking an interest in like the minutia of my life, my like personal interiority, someone engaging with that. Now, sometimes unsolicited advice, you can tell the person is like giving advice to themselves and it's almost as if you're not there.
Right.
And that is annoying to me. But sometimes if someone's like, you know what you should do? I think my contact with my wise mind is strong enough that I wouldn't just like blindly follow that. But I do tend to feel like I like that we're having this conversation, like I like that you care enough.
Yeah, that's the thing.
To think about this.
Shows enough interest to feel like they're helping you.
Yes.
Because even unsolicited advice, there's probably something in the person that they feel like they're helping.
Right.
Even if it's blatantly terrible advice.
Right.
They probably feel like they're like giving you a service or something. Either like, this is going to be helpful.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I dream of a day where maybe my boys will come to me more for advice. Not that I want to like give them or tell them what to do, but that would be a really refreshing thing to have, like your young ones kind of come to you as like a wise person who's lived some life.
Would you ever ask them for advice?
Sure.
On like
anything. I mean, I asked them for what I asked them for advice on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like what should our wise mind be? Or do you think we should like lean more into this type of question, or, and just getting their ideas out there because they think about things just so differently. I'm old, I'm rigid.
Totally.
I need like young minds that are flexible that can tell me things I haven't thought of.
Right. That are so curious and open. Yeah.
Which I would absolutely. And I'm sure the older I get, I hope that they ask me for advice, but I'm sure I'll ask them.
Yeah.
Because they'll just be cool. They're going to know so much more stuff. Like, tell me what I should be listening to.
What are the cool jams?
What was that?
Sorry, I was like, maybe you should be checking out Dogman 2.
Yeah. What are the cool movies? Dogman.
Dogman. I'll never
it all comes
stop
back.
laughing at Dogman.
Have you seen it?
There's no Dogman 2.
Trick question.
Oh, good point.
We're going to get a screener for Dogman too. Oh my God. Okay. So we think it's wise. It's probably wise if you're in touch with your wise mind, which is maybe a cheat answer, but
it's wise. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
And who are you cultivating this from?
Yeah.
Who are you going to?
Yeah. Because asking for advice, like you can be careful in who you ask, and you don't have to take it, even if the person is a trustworthy source of advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Totally. I have had over the years, like numerous clients kind of tell me like, I know you're not going to give me any advice on this. I know you're not going to give me any direction, kind of as like a joke.
And tell me what to do.
Yeah. But could you please this time just tell me what to do?
Mm-hmm.
I've had that like throughout my career, and it's kind of like a running joke. You never give me help in this concrete way, which is funny. But then sometimes I'm like, well, we'll see. You never know. I might be feeling
zesty
today. Yeah. Maybe I will. Yeah. Sometimes with like really, really concrete things.
Sure.
Like, should I wear these boots if I go to that or that? If we talk about something that inane, I might be like, do this.
If it's a girls' night sushi.
It's girls' night sushi, like pull out the faux fur.
Yeah, why not?
For it.
Give a shoulder roll.
Get a couple of rolls going. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. Okay. So that's our episode. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Talk a little bit about chess.
Yes.
John, where can people find you?
butz.jonathan@gmail.com. What about you?
You can find me at kkpsychotherapy.com. And Josh, how about you?
You can find me at Josh Bayer, Bayer, films.com. I'm going to plug the Mandy, Indiana album. Good music's coming out all year. Check this one out. Maybe you'll like it.
Mandy, Indiana.
Mandy, Indiana. I haven't talked to you about it because it's kind of very noisy electro rock, almost punkish, with like a female punk lead singer and I looked up the lyrics. They're very angry. I think she's a
Cool.
victim
Like
of
it.
a recent sexual trauma.
Oh, okay, of
Oh.
course.
So that really
Of course she'd be angry.
informs the lyrical output of the
Yeah,
album and
yeah.
also the
Oh.
musical output.
Yeah.
And I can't stop listening to it.
Wow.
Mandy
It's like
Indiana.
just fun enough if you're me.
Okay. And meaningful, cathartic, maybe. For the
Yeah.
rest.
You could like maybe dance to like a few minutes of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Recommend.
Mandy, Indiana.
Mandy Indiana.
And thank you to Blanket Forts.
Thank you,
Did already
Blanket
mention
Forts.
No, thank you to Blanket Forts
that? Okay.
for our
amazing.
music.
Yeah, we gotta have Blanket Forts on the podcast.
We got to have
I know.
Blanket Forts.
Force
We have a
them.
guest coming next week, though, right?
Yeah, we do. Stay tuned for that. Should be really exciting talking about biofeedback.
Biofeedback.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Take
everyone. Take care. Bye.
Later.
The Wise Mind Happy Hour podcast is for entertainment purposes only, not to be treated as medical advice. If you are struggling with your mental health, please seek medical attention or counseling.